Alright, so right now it's currently late at night, about 2 a.m. approximately in the morning, and I have neighbors, so I'm not going to be speaking as with much vigor as I usually do. So if I'm sounding kind of quiet or calm, that's the reason why, but I'm sure you guys will still enjoy it. Now, recently, a viewer by the name of Anissa on Instagram sent me a DM about a murder trial surrounding a TikToker by the name of Mehek Bukhari, hopefully I'm saying that right, who back in 2022 was accused of murdering her mother's secret lover. And this was a plot between her and her mother and Sreen. They've both been charged with murder for the deaths of multiple men. According to the Daily Mail, both were arrested in February of 2022 for the killing of Saqib Hussain and Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin, who were both 21 from Banbury, Oxfordshire. And this is in England, so these are some weird names, but the initial cause of death for both those men was death by a car that crashed in a fireball on the A46 near Lancaster, and I guess that's some type of highway or freeway. Here are both the men, as you can see on the left and right, and boy, I tell you, this story is scandalous. According to the Daily Mail, they say Mr. Hussain had an affair with the mother, Ansreen Bukhari, and was threatening to release a sex tape of them together. According to the prosecution, Saqib was lured into a trap by Bukhari, Saqib being the guy on the left and Mohammed on the right, and her co-defendants, promising him money when they actually intended to ambush him. Prosecutor Collingwood Thompson KC told the jury, no doubt they, which is the mom, the daughter, and I suppose anybody else at the time who was trying to help them, both hoped that confronting them with numerical superiority, meaning more people than them, to be intimidating, that he would hand the phone over containing the sex tape. But of course he did not. Then they were prepared to cause Saqib Hussain really serious harm to achieve their ends, if not to silence him permanently, as will become apparent from later events. And as we can see, here is the daughter, and here is the mother right here, standing in front of the store. The daughter being 23 and the mom being 47, and both men being 21, so clearly they were out here smashing a cougar. They recorded the whole thing, but all these details were released back in the winter of 2022, December 20th to be specific. But now in the current month, which is August 2023, there's been multiple updates about this story, which I find kind of interesting, because I still want to know why these guys wanted to release a sex tape involving this 21-year-old girl's mother. According to the Daily Mail, they say Saqib was killed in a 100-mile-per-hour fireball crash alongside his friend Hashim Ijazuddin, both 21 at the time, after their Skoda, which is a car in the UK, was deliberately rammed off the A46 dual carriageway near Lancaster by balaclava-wearing assailants in two pursuing cars on February 11th of last year, which is 2022. So I suppose both the mother and daughter hired some guys wearing masks to ram these guys off the road, causing them to crash and ultimately dying in a fiery death. They say footage shows Mehek, just hours after the crash, sat on the edge of a sofa in a pink onesie as she told officers, and I quote, "So at first we stayed here, then we went straight to Nottingham." Her lies continued in the police interview, where she spoke animatedly while giving a rambling account of witnessing a traffic accident in which she squared the blame at the two other vehicles.
There's a car that's coming on the right hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, come straight down, no speed, nothing, normal on the right hand side. We were always on the left hand side. This right hand side car's come now, the Leon, this is the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 45 years, and I've said to myself, always keep a 2 to 3 second rule gap, always. When I've said to myself, always done that. So this car's come not close, I've always braked. So I was doing 60, it was 70, I think it was 70 on the dual carriage or 60. I was doing 50 straight away, went back, went to 50 to 60, went back. This car didn't do anything to me. I don't know who, it's the normal car going on the right to the left. The silver car, I don't know which brand it was, model, it's come zooming down. I've kept this 2 to 3 second rule gap, and the blue Leon's in front, and I'm at the back. This silver car's come and cut into the middle, so we're basically all 3 cars very close. I braked and I said to my mum, what is this car trying to do? And my mum saying, May, just keep your distance, everything's going to be okay. It's okay, just a reckless few people, just reckless, because they know it's all the way down. If there's any cameras, there's going to be cameras. They must know there's no cameras. So they've gone all the way down, they've cut into my car. I've kept my distance, I've braked. I think got to at least 40, because there was no cars behind me. Going to 40, this car was not threatening me, but agitating the blue car. Agitating the blue. So the blue car went onto the right lane, which is the overtaking lane, and the silver car went onto the right lane with the same car as the blue. So then the blue car went onto the left, and the silver car kept to the left, and it was just harassing. Like the blue car was trying to let you go, like go, you can go now because I'm letting you go. But this silver car was not letting the blue car go.
For the next 2 to 3 minutes, she begins to ramble on about some fabricated story of some car speeding past her and, you know, harassing her with her mom in the vehicle and trying to explain her way out of the situation in describing how the vehicle containing the 2 guys that basically smashed her mom and was about to release a sex tape ended up crashing on the side of some freeway and dying in flames.
And all I see is right, like a swerve. The silver car swerved to not my side, to the other side of the dual carriageway where the metal bits are basically. And I didn't see the car after that. I didn't hear a bang. Apparently there was mentioned there was a tree. I didn't see no tree. I didn't see anything. I've gone straight on. I've looked at my mom and I said, Mom, what? I was just in shock. She goes, maybe there's a slip road.
So yeah, according to authorities, everything we just heard was lies. And here, as we can see, is a photo of that car just basically split in 2 after everything went down. And yeah, there was no way in hell those guys were walking away from this. Also, what I found very strange is the fact that her and her mother, as we can see here in this TikTok video, were legitimately making light of the situation, saying, you get charged guilty for murder, and they made this. Like, that's just absolutely cringe. You legitimately get charged and found guilty of murdering 2 guys by paying dudes to ram them off the road, and you have the audacity to make some smug ass TikTok video like this? Keep in mind, according to the story, jurors in this trial deliberated for more than 28 hours before returning a verdict finding Bukhari and her mother guilty of 2 counts of murder. Fellow defendants Rakan Karwan and Rais Jamal, they were also found guilty of the 2 counts of murder. So I suppose those were the guys who were involved in the assassination, while Natasha Akhtar, Amir Jamal, and Sanaf Gwala Mustafa were all found not guilty of murder, but guilty of 2 counts of manslaughter. Mohammed Patel was found not guilty of murder or manslaughter. They say the victims, which we already know and saw, from Banbury in Oxfordshire, were in a Skoda chased by an Audi and seat vehicles containing the 8 defendants. So 8 people were involved in the situation. That is crazy. They say the 24-year-old daughter said that she had taken part in the ambush after Mr. Hussein threatened to use sexually explicit material to expose a long-running affair he had with her 46-year-old mother. According to the Daily Mail, the husband, Raza Ali, did not visit his wife in prison until approximately 10 months after she was arrested at their family home. She said he now knew everything about her affair with a 21-year-old man, Saki. And keep in mind, this is a Muslim marriage, and what she did was very haram. Obviously, had they not been in England, this would have been a completely different story. In an Islamic country, they just do not play around with affairs and like wives sleeping around with other people that are not their husbands. Here, as we can see in this video uploaded to TikTok, is her brother and her father in the red shirt standing behind her. Seems like an innocent dad, you know, just caught up in the stray of all of this, and the wife behind him. The court was told Mr. Ijazuddin's Skoda Fabia split into 2. We saw the image, and caught fire after hitting a tree at the 6 Hills Junction in the early hours of February 11th of 2022. Prosecutors said Mr. Hussein was lured into meeting with the Bukharis, the mother and the daughter, on the pretense of giving him back the £3,000 he said he had spent on taking his lover out during their tryst. Tryst meaning like a romantic rendezvous between 2 people having an affair. So clearly he wanted his money back for whatever reason. Maybe she said something he didn't like offended him, or he felt scammed for whatever reason. He said, give me my £3,000 back, or I'm gonna release this sex tape. All the videos I've been taking while I've been giving you back shots. It's either or. And clearly the moms and the daughter was not rocking with that. They probably didn't even have £3,000 to hand over. Let's be honest here. They say instead Mr. Hussein and Mr. Ijazuddin, who had driven his friend to Lancaster for the meeting as a favor, were ambushed and then chased before the fatal crash. And here we can see images of the I believe 3 cars that are involved in the situation. They say footage shows the Skoda, the Green Arrow. So these are the victims right here. Enter the Tesco car park in Hamilton before leaving again. The Seat Leon vehicle, Blue Arrow, which has 4 passengers, I believe, then also leaves the car park, followed by the Audi, which I believe is owned by the mom and the daughter, under the red arrow. They say traffic cam footage shows the victim's Skoda Fabia traveling as the Seat Leon, the suspects in the blue, and the Audi, I believe the mom and the daughter in the red, travel behind them. Both Mahek Bakari, which is the daughter, and her mother Ansarine had denied 2 counts of murder. But of course, the jury have found them guilty of 2 counts of murder, and they will be sentenced on September 1st, which is in about like 3 weeks. Here on the left and the right, we can see both men who were involved in the situation, Rakan Karwin and Rais Jamal. And then the 3 people below that, Natasha, Amir, and Sanaf, who were found not guilty of murder, but guilty of 2 counts of manslaughter, since they, I suppose, participated in this situation and were there to be used as intimidating factors. And here in exclusive footage from the Daily Mail, you can see after they murdered those 2 men, I suppose all of them got out of their vehicles and were seen walking on some public road, just casually strolling, and the mom or the daughter in the blue texting, looking down in the phone, and, you know, I suppose just relishing in their victory, right? You know, they didn't think that they were gonna get caught. Meanwhile, in England, literally cameras in every goddamn block. How could you not expect to get caught? And here, as we can see, just to let you guys know that she's an actual influencer, here is her Instagram page. As you can see, typical photo shoots of just you know, just regular photos of her in outfits in front of cars, and she does appear to be Islamic Muslim, although what she did was very haram. Also, here is her TikTok page. As we can see, clearly she's been very hot at the moment, as a lot of her last TikTok videos have over 1 million views, 3 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 600K, 600K, 800K. So unfortunately, the comments are turned off for a lot of them, but we already know, had the comments been turned on, she would have been ate up. What I do want to say though, for and this should just be common sense, but if you're ever going to be blackmailed, right, by anybody via sex tapes or, I don't know, something super embarrassing, please do not take it into your hands to try and resolve the situation by murdering the people blackmailing you, because you will then risk the possibility of you going away for life. Like, either you ending up being dead because the plan didn't work out, or you end up murdering these people because you're in fear of being embarrassed, and then now you're in prison for life for what? Like, anyways though, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. This was probably a longer video than expected, and, you know, was more on the mystery side. I don't know if I would consider this true crime or not. Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. New video tomorrow.